Hi, I'm the script guy, and this is the movie Seven Snipers. Chris lives on a remote farm with her daughter Anya, whom she relentlessly trains in archery. Today, however, Anya finally snaps, talks back to her mother, and leaves for school with her boyfriend Michael. Shortly after, an unfamiliar car approaches the farm. Chris immediately grabs a weapon, starts her tractor, and drives straight toward the intruder, looking ready to crush him without hesitation. The stranger introduces himself as Peter, claiming to be a real estate agent, offering to buy her land. Suspicious, Chris inspects his car, covertly drops a walkie-talkie inside, and listens to his offer before stating the land is not for sale. She returns inside, grabs a sniper rifle, and shoots the stranger's tire, causing his car to flip over. Radioing him through the planted walkie-talkie, she demands his real identity. Peter opens fire in response. Chris rams the car with her tractor and holds him at gunpoint. But before she can fire, the man utters a phrase, "Long live the dragon." Chris executes him, burns his car, loads her gear into a pickup truck, and calls Anya's school. To her surprise, she learns her daughter hasn't attended classes in 2 weeks. Chris immediately contacts a man named Dog, telling him, "The dragon is alive and he found me." She demands he reassemble their old squad. The problem is that 9 sniper unit no longer exists. Only a few survivors remain. While Chris searches for her, Anya is calmly celebrating her birthday with Michael in the woods. That same night, a man armed with a rifle parachutes into the area. The next morning, Anya spots a helicopter, hops on her bike, and rides off to check it out. Back at the tent, the parachuted sniper, known as the Dragon, the exact man Chris feared from the start, kills Michael. The helicopter brings Dog and a few hastily gathered shooters, including Milk and Nika. They immediately imply they aren't willing to die for old debts. Nika openly refuses to face the Dragon and points out there is a $10 million bounty on Chris's head, which he could easily claim himself. Dog clings to the idea that the real dragon died long ago, but Chris coldly responds, "Soon, one of them will die, and there will be no doubt left." Anya returns and finds herself in an open clearing near the burned car. Everyone sees her: Chris, the snipers, and the dragon. To prevent him from taking the shot, Chris fires at a tree near Anya, forcing her to hit the ground, while Nika crouches nearby and tells her to stay down and wait for her mother. Once Chris drags Anya safely into the house, she finally reveals part of the truth. She explains that a man from her past is hunting them, that these men are former military, and that the situation is far worse than Anya can comprehend. At that moment, the dragon kills Dog with a precise headshot. Examining the wound, Chris determines the caliber and distance to calculate the shooter's position. She decides to use Dog's body as bait to force the dragon to reveal himself, but the dragon ignores the corpse and picks off another shooter instead. Milk retreats inside, while a panicked Anya breaks down and rides back to her campsite. Chris follows her, offering cold comfort, and they spend the night next to Michael's body. Anya asks her mother how many people she has killed. Chris calmly answers, 116 confirmed. Anya recalls her childhood, remembering how her mother constantly vanished on missions, never read her bedtime stories, and was never there. It was actually Milk, a sniper from the squad, who stepped in and raised her while Chris was away fighting. Meanwhile, Dog's terrified son, Junior, whom Dog had brought along, calls for an evacuation unit. When the helicopter arrives the next morning, the dragon casually shoots it down from the sky. Anya tries to rush back to the house, but the sniper disables her bike with a single shot. Chris attempts to cover her daughter while tracking the shooter, eventually putting on a ghoulie suit to hunt him alone. However, the dragon outsmarts her and catches her off guard. When Chris asks why he is doing this, the dragon states plainly that he came to claim what is his. Chris argues that the girl has nothing to do with their past and begs him to leave them alone. The sniper promises to eliminate her entire squad one by one, take Anya, and make her forget her mother ever existed. He hands Chris a red bandana and a single bullet, telling her she knows what to do before vanishing. Back at the house, Milk tells Junior it's safer inside, but the boy panics and runs into the woods, where the dragon promptly shoots him. Chris and Nika rush to rescue the wounded boy. The dragon sets up a sniper decoy. Nika falls for it, and the enemy takes him out. Chris returns to the house, where the wounded Junior dies. Realizing why the sniper never targets her directly, Anya calmly walks out and runs away. Chris finally confesses the truth to Milk. 16 years ago, she was captured by rebels, commanded by the dragon.
He forced the female captives to play a deadly duel game where, wearing red bandanas, they had to take turns shooting at each other. During a subsequent bombing of the camp, Chris managed to escape, but she left pregnant.
The dragon is Anya's biological father. Milk urges Chris to go after her daughter while he stays behind to delay the dragon, despite Chris warning him that there is almost zero chance against him at close or medium range. Chris tries to drive Anya away, but the dragon disables the vehicle with a single shot, and then shoots out the optics on Chris's rifle, leaving her without a proper sight. Seeing Milk left alone, Anya runs back to him. The dragon follows and fires at the sniper, but Anya releases an arrow, hitting the dragon in the leg. It doesn't stop him, but it breaks his momentum. Turning the situation to his advantage, the dragon holds his daughter at gunpoint and offers her a choice. Either Milk lives or her mother lives. When the girl chooses the wounded Milk, her father hands her the red bandana and sends her back to Chris, challenging her to a final duel. A sniper game begins at extreme range. Chris no longer has working optics, so Anya becomes her eyes, using binoculars to give her mother adjustments. 950 meters, slightly higher, a bit to the right, adjust for wind. Chris fires first and misses. The dragon fires back and misses too. Rain begins to fall, dropping visibility even further. Chris fires again, based on her daughter's tracking, missing once more. As the dragon prepares for a decisive shot, Anya runs to her mother and tries to shield her with her own body. The man fires, but misses entirely. As it turns out, he had already been mortally wounded in one of the previous rounds of the sniper duel. The absurd realization leaves Milk laughing nervously, while an exhausted Chris drops the hated red bandana onto the mud. And that is where the story ends.